If a lifetime of working for the government has taught me anything, it is that any program, project, or concept worth its salt has to have a good acronym in order to cut its way through the red tape of bureaucracy. Hopefully you sensed my sarcasm there, but still there's quite a bit of truth and some confusion to the whole acronym thing. Some of them make sense and are fairly easy to recall, whereas others can be a bit of a stretch and require good imagination to visualize. Perhaps it is because of the considerable crossover between government service workers and folks in the firearms industry, but there seemed to be no shortage of clever abbreviation there either. One of the recently popular acronyms to surface in the firearms world is the designation LPVO. Recently, I ran a poll on the community page to gauge this audience's familiarity with the term, and a little better than half of you indicated that it was not a household name. So what does it even mean? Is it a brand new thing, or is it just the rebranding of an old idea? Well, we're going to discuss it in detail here today, and hopefully you'll know better by the end of this video if an LPVO has a place on your MSR. Do you see what I did there? The LPVO, or Low Power Variable Optic, while not in and of itself a brand new concept in terms of nothing like this has ever existed before, for the purpose of this topic, refers to a purpose-built ruggedized rifle scope with a true 1-power low magnification level for close range engagement, with the ability to take the magnification up to a max power level between 4 power and 10 power depending on the specific model. Most of them have a reticle design for quick target acquisition that is often illuminated similar to a conventional red dot optic, while generally offering better quality than those red dots. Long story short, the modern LPVO is an excellent compromise between an unmagnified red dot optic and a conventional rifle scope. While they certainly can be utilized on a variety of weapon systems, the LPVO seems to be most at home aboard the flat top of an AR platform modern sporting rifle. For our demonstration here today, we will be utilizing the new Crimson Trace Hardline series 1x10x28 34mm second focal plane LPVO with their proprietary CTTR1 MOA illuminated reticle. Wow, that was a mouthful. And for those of you that did not realize Crimson Trace offers anything to the firearms market other than laser grips, I present to you this word from our sponsor. If you are watching this, then you probably know that Crimson Trace has a long and reputable history producing quality laser products for the firearms industry, such as the LS250 laser saddle shown here on the Mossberg Shockwave. But did you know they now have a full line of quality accessories to include both red and green laser sights, tactical lights, electronic sights, and rifle scopes to rival other premium brands on the market today? From the novice outdoorsman to the tactical professional, Crimson Trace offers a wide range of budget-friendly to premium rifle scopes to meet your operational needs. All Crimson Trace products are backed by their no-hassle limited lifetime warranty. Check them out now and use promo code J10 to save 10% off your next purchase. Alright folks, how you doing there? Man, I've had a lot of distraction trying to put this video together today, so I think we've got it now. Buckle up, here we go. Safe and empty weapon, no ammunition out here in our workspace. Going to stay that way for those of you that don't like the safety muster. Well, don't know what to tell you. Some of you may remember this rifle was the same one we used for the Crimson Trace Rig angled foregrip review a few weeks ago. You might also notice that it is mounted further out on the rail than it was last time you saw it. I did that to see if we could get rid of some of that 12 o'clock shadow casting by moving it further out. It helped a little bit, it didn't help a lot, and it puts it in an awkward position for me, so I'm going to go ahead and move it back. But again, that's not a deal breaker, that's just something to be aware of. But the Crimson Trace rig is not the focus of our video here today, folks. We are reviewing this nice 1x10x28 LPVO. They sent this over to us a couple of weeks ago and told us to put it through its paces. The thing has a huge 34mm tube. They were nice enough to send me a wheeler mount to mount that in. And I really appreciate that because I didn't have a 34mm mount laying around. So thanks to the folks from Crimson Trace for providing us with this optic for review. And let's get started with what we found out. It looks nice. The only thing that I don't like about it, and I'm serious when I say this, is it's a little bit chunky and there just wasn't room. I have the cantilever mount mounted as far forward on the receiver rail as you can get it, and even with it all the way forward, there's just not room underneath or behind this big Bertha to have that Magpul folding backup iron sight. So I went ahead and took the front one off too. I can use those on another project. And again, that's not a deal breaker. I have just always made it practice to have a set of backup sights in case something were to happen to my optic, if I drop the rifle or whatever. I don't think it's something to worry about, but it's something that I like to point out to you. Now, this scope is equipped with this throw lever here. It's a clamp-on ring that attaches over the power adjustment, I don't know what you call it, knob, wheel, whatever it is. It's tight but smooth. It's not going to change on you unless you ask it to. This little deal could get hung up on something, but I don't think it's going to be a big issue. And the nice thing about it is you can loosen the screw and you can adjust it to fit however you want it. So for your tactical setup, if you want to have it flat against the side of the receiver or something like that, you certainly can. We can talk about the aesthetics of it all day long, and I'm not going to bore you with all of the technical specs. If you want to see them, just look on the website. I'll put a link to the item in the pinned comment, along with a coupon code for you. But looking down through the lens, this is what you see. It's got a fairly basic Christmas tree. It's an MOA reticle. The calibrated adjustments on the reticle are all in minute of angle, as well as the windage and elevation knobs are also in minute of angle. So that's nice that they're matched. Sometimes they're not. They really did a good job setting this one up, I think. Took it to the range. By the time I got it zeroed, I had absolutely no problem holding a nice tight little group with some XM193 all the way out at 100 yards.
Take care. Yes, have a good day.
Now, after I did that, I still had a few rounds left, and I couldn't resist taking it out to 200 yards to see if I could hit. I don't remember if those are 8-inch or 9-inch pipe plates out there, but they're about that size, you know. I was able to move back and forth between the two of them because the 34 millimeter tube on this thing, even at 10 power, gives you a nice healthy field of view compared to other LPVOs that I have personally used, which pretty short list. I've had a couple of Vortex Strike Eagles and a couple of primary arms optics, and this one would give them all a run for their money, certainly. Again, the only thing to keep in mind is it is very large, and because of that 34 millimeter tube on there, I mean, you're getting up kind of close to D-size Maglite girth on this bad boy. But I'm sure somebody out there is probably wondering, well, Jay, you took that primary arms optic off to put this one on to test it. Are you going to leave this one on there, or are you going to take the primary arms optic and put it back on here? Well, I like this one so much. Here's what I'm going to do. While the Tube of You has some strange idiosyncrasies when it comes to their terms of service and violations for this kind of content, I'm not going to go into the specs on it here, but for the folks watching this video on Rumble, you'll be able to see over there what's going to happen with that primary arms LPVO. But if you stuck it out all the way to the end, thank you. I appreciate you watching, folks. If you get a chance, hit that like button or leave a comment down below. It really does help with the algorithm. Until next time, take care. God bless.